Breaking news, Bond prevents a maniac in China from starting World War III just so he could get broadcasting rights. What is this crap? I cannot believe I am actually signing up for missions like this. This damn piece of crap paper is ruining my reputation. Somebody spare me the pain, please. Breaking news. Brosnan actually got to make more than one movie. What the hell, MGM? Ooh. Yeah. So, Tomorrow Never Dies. Oh, scratch that. Terrible Never Dies. Directed not by Martin Campbell this time, but by Roger Spottiswoode, and is the 18th installment in the James Bond franchise. So, Terrible Never Dies tells the story of. Oh, excuse me, sorry. The story here is finito. It doesn't even try to have a story. But Bond, played once again by Pierce Brosnan, frustratingly, where Bond is sent to China this time to prevent Elliot Carter from triggering World War III from, get this, between China and England, just so he can get broadcasting rights. You heard me correctly. He wants to start a war just because he is unable to get the rights to broadcast. I mean, to call that excessive would be an understatement. In fact, to call Terrible Never Dies terrible would be a severe understatement. I've made it no secret that I despise the entire Pierce Brosnan era, of the worst era in James Bond, with a raging passion. But I have thought long and hard about where I rank the four movies, despite rating them all each a 0. And Tomorrow Never Dies would be my second least favourite. Yes, it is the second worst. It is this damn closer to being the worst Bond movie, but not quite. But still, Terrible Never Dies is a total load of BS with a capital B and capital S. It absolutely sucks. Oh, you know what? I wish Terrible Never Dies was a newspaper, just like the freaking paper in this pile of steaming crap, so that I can rip it in half with all my strength and rage. But that's what I'm gonna do in my full blown rant here. And I mean, I thought Goldeneye was a disgrace to James Bond, but Terrible Never Dies is even worse. And Roger Stein stood did the Bond series even more of a disservice than Martin Campbell, and this thing has no idea how to tell a good story for James Bond. The antagonist Elliot Carter is nothing but a petulant man-child in an old man's body, and and he doesn't even look like an antagonist. With his glasses and grey hair, he looks like a total nerd. He is the one of the crappiest Bond villains in the Bond baddie lineup, and his henchman, that's a German guy who, even if you stick a knife in his arm, he apparently feels no pain from that. Is he made of titanium or something? Even Jaws and Mr. Hinks would feel pain. But the villains are far from the only fate. But the villains are far from the only failure in this train wreck. To go through everything wrong with Terrible Never Dies, you would need like 10 newspapers and a bajillion words in those 10 newspapers. But I'm gonna try my best to keep this rant shorter than that, just for pacing's sake for you guys. And Brosnan here, his one-liners and his acting is even more painful than it was in Goldeneye. Goldeneye may be his best performance, but he couldn't even act in that. But in Terrible Never Dies, he cannot act for to save his life. I'm sorry, but Brosnan just ruins everything he's in. He ruined the Mamma Mia movies, he ruined Mrs. Doubtfire, and he's sinking the Bond franchise into the ground further than it has ever gone before. His one-liners like, "Oh, I've wanted a Q to get me one of those. You don't have the balls for this job." Brosnan, you don't have the balls to actually give a good performance, and he's just a total dick to M and Q. People who stand by him in MI6, who are willing to give their lives for him, and uh, and M in this movie. Judy Dench, she was the only good part of Goldeneye, but she does uh, literally nothing in Terrible Never Dies. She is beyond wasted. She just sits behind the scenes and stares at a screen in the opening scene. She feels barely involved, and China in this movie is terribly portrayed. China looked glorious in Skyfall, and Asian culture was even beautifully portrayed in You Only Live Twice. But here, it portrays China like a dump, and that is just insulting to all Chinese audiences. I think every moviegoer in China will rapidly disown Terrible Never Dies after seeing it. And I mean, and the fact that the Elliot Carter would want to, uh, trigger a war between England and China is just complete nonsense. It would never happen in this day and age, especially not in 1997 when this movie came out. It's because now we are above the days of world wars. Like I mean, heck, 9 years after this movie, we competed in the Beijing Olympics in China, so we've established a decent friendship with them, and somebody wanting to start a war just because they can't get broadcasting rights. I mean that is the definition of having a hissy fit. And I mean that's like Disney being whiny just because they can't get the rights to buy another studio to become a big empire. But Disney would never go as far as starting a war. So Eric Carter's motivation is one of the dumbest villain motivations. As for the Bond girls, well, ladies and gentlemen, bring out the Dick to the Bond girls list, because Terrible Never Dies. It ticks all the boxes for being a Dick to the Bond girls, especially with the character of Paris, so, one of Bond's former lovers. And Bond so creepily kisses her when he's snogging her entire neck like a vampire, and then the movie just kills her off out of nowhere. I mean, totally and utterly wastes her, and then Bond just sniffs and kisses her body like a creepy ass necrophile. I mean, dude, you have literally no respect for her. Shame on you, Brosnan. Shame on you. And but the character of Wei Ling, the primary Bond girl, she's one of the worst ever. She has no character other than to just be, a Chinese agent who knows kung fu, and in fact she doesn't even get to show many of her badassery, because in the final fight with Bond and the henchmen, they treat her like the biggest damsel in distress when the henchman just chains her up, chucks her into the water, and she doesn't even get to defend herself or fight back in whatsoever. It's all a Bond who saves the day, and Erica Cartner's death is absolutely cheesy. I mean, God, I mean, the drill is coming for him. He could have easily have jumped out of the way, but instead he just stands there and screams like a bitch while the drill saws him in half, and it's you don't even get to see any of it. So unlike License to Kill, Terrible Never Dies doesn't have the balls to be hardcore. And yeah, I was just like, oh no, no, please, please, movie, just stop, just stop with all this crap already. And yeah, I'm physically sweating just just talking about this atrocity. I really am. It's, boy, just thinking about Terrible Never Dies takes its toll on me, guys. I've forgotten how much torture it really is, and 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 all the action is worse than action scenes in Michael Bay movies. I mean, the missile in the movie's opening, the CGI on that missile looks more out of date than CGI in the earliest PS2 games, and the motorbike chase is also the most boring in any Bond movie. Period. If you want to watch a exhilarating bike chase, just watch the one in Skyfall. And and yeah, and of course the final battle between Bond and Eric is literally nothing. There is barely any combat to it, and the title sequence is one freaking incompetent mess. I mean, I mean, in fairness to the Goldeneye title sequence, I mean, it was still messy with the explosions and all, but at least it looked prettier than what we have here. I mean, Terrible Never Dies title sequence. All we guess is a a android gun, an android woman, accompanied by Sheryl Crow's theme song, which is the most laughably atrocious theme song that Sheryl Crow has ever sung in her life. I mean, she has proven she can make actual decent music for movies. I mean, her theme song for Cars, a real got and a kicked ass. But this theme is a pure crap fest and so boring. It sounds like she was half asleep when recording it, and there is just no passion to Terrible Never Dies. I mean, even the love story between Bond and Wei Young, I never bought it for 1 millisecond. Just because she's a Chinese agent does not mean that she connects with Bond so easily, writers. And I mean, at least as as screamy and annoying as Natasha was in Goldeneye, at least they had a tad more chemistry than Bond and Wei Ling. Bond and Wei Ling's chemistry does not exist, and they actually dedicated this piece of painful crap to the memory of Albert R. Broccoli. How freaking dare you, MGM? Uh, I'm sorry, but Albert R. Broccoli, poor guy, he would be turning in his grave for 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 this. Ian Fleming himself, the creator of James Bond, would be disgusted with this disaster. Overall, I have no words. Words cannot express all the crapness that is Terrible Never Dies. It further proves my point that the Brosnan era was the worst thing to ever happen to the Bond franchise. So, to the Pierce Brosnan defenders, just remember, he has Terrible Never Dies in his era. I give Terrible Never Dies a big fat fricking 0 stars out of 5. This movie fricking sucks. Okay, okay, I am calm again. Ah, it's good to get that out of the way. Well, guys, we're halfway through the Brosnan rant series. Just 2 more dumpster fires to go, and that's it. Oh, well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. It's kind of turned into an extreme rant, don't you think? And what are your thoughts on Tomorrow Never Dies? I'm sure the comment section will be way more in agreement with me this time. Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I rant on the world is not enough. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.